Hey everybody, AcedTyler here. Welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts. In the last episode, we defeated the guard armor, and not only that, but we also had the beloved Disney duo, Donald and Goofy, to join us for this long, arduous adventure. Because hey, we're gonna need some Disney to for this for some kind of a hardship that we have to go through. In this episode, we are going to leave Traverse Town and start with our adventure. And what I did first and foremost was that I went ahead and just went to the save there because after you clear Traverse Town for the first time. We can actually go and interact with the safe, and then it'll open for you. And then that's where that postcard is. So I wanted to make sure to get that first, and then to bring it over to the mail. Because I forgot it was there. I looked it up, basically I was looking up some sort of a checklist. And so, which is actually what I need to do, is just to make a checklist for any kind of collectibles there are, so whether I wanted to get those while I'm exploring the worlds. Alright, so this is the overall map, and so we have two choices. We have one level, or one world where the battle level is 1 star and the other is 2 stars. We're going to want to go with the easiest one first and then to the hardest one first, because the more stars there are, then the more difficult the world or the combat level gets. Basically being, where you have to fight against the stronger Heartless. I mean, the difficulty is based on how strong the Heartless are. But yeah, but that's why I went for the 1 star first, because that's actually the easiest part. So it's actually without a doubt considered to be the first level. So we're not exactly quite sure which world we're gonna go to, because as a matter of fact, once we start our adventure, the worlds that we'll be coming across, basically almost every single one of those are in fact the Disney worlds. So yeah, this is actually where we go and just focus on some Disney aspects here. Before we go any further, though, this is actually another gimmick that we're going to be going to. Like, when you travel across worlds, you will be in this rather, I would say, Star Fox X kind of shoot-'em-up kind of gummy ship travel. Yeah, this is actually where you travel in your gummy ship, and so you actually just fly through the space, basically what's considered space to get from world to world. So, see, that's basically what you do. It's like, yeah, basically what you do is that you just control your gummy ship, and then you actually just fight those, either destroy those obstacles or destroy those Heartless ships that come your way. You also have the this health meter that you that you have on the bottom right corner of the screen. So yeah, once you destroy those, you can get either gummy pieces or those green orbs. I think it might be those little ovals. They actually restore your the health for the gummy ship. You can actually get a score from those here, and then this is actually where you get the gummy pieces from destroying those obstacles. So yeah, basically this whole shoot-'em-up thing is very much kind of like Star Fox, except it's very watered down and much less interesting though, because it's a very butchered and lame kind of version of Star Fox. So it's not so great here, and it just feels like a drag though, because you get stuck in this kind of shoot-'em-up section. It's like, come on, I want to get to the world already. And it only applies, thankfully it only applies when you're visiting a world for the first time. So you don't have to do this again for any subsequent visits. But only for first visit to the worlds you'll be stuck with this kind of gummy section. So it's very much of a drag, and I'm not really that much of a fan of it. All right, so first world of the game, Wonderland from Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, my furry whiskers! I'm late! Oh dear! I'm here! I should be there! Oh, I'm late! Oh, the Queen! She clapped my head for sure!
Jesus Christ! Apparently the punishment here in Wonderland, well, as we'll probably see a little later on though, but yeah, apparently the punishment for that though is decapitation. That is very gruesome, so... Anyway, so yeah, welcome to Wonderland. It's the name of this track that's playing right now. So yeah, like I said, the setting is from Alice in Wonderland, and the rabbit is still, yeah, he's going to the door there. Oh wow, are we gigantic? Wow.
How did he get so small?
No, you're simply too big.
That
must you be so loud? You woke me up.
Good morning.
Good night. I need a bit more sleep.
Wait, what do we have to do to grow small?
Why don't you try the bottle? Over there.
So yes, the whole thing about Wonderland is that you know, anything could happen. It's very it's very bizarre. And so let's take this potion and drink up. And so by drinking this, we can actually grow smaller. And then if you drink the other bottle, then we'll get back to a gigantic size. Kind of like in a Tiny Huge Island from Mario 64. I mean, it might as well just take the inspiration from that, because I mean, it's this game, because this game is meant to rival other platforming games, like particularly Super Mario 64, which is why they wanted to go for Disney, just because how popular it is. All right, so yeah, now we got some more Heartless combat to go here. So anyways, so yeah, like I said, after clearing out the well, any kind of basic tutorials and stuff, once we get to a real adventure, basically the entire adventure is just you hopping from the Disney setting. So yeah, it's all going to be Disney worlds from here on out, and it's only going to be back to original worlds like at the end of the game. So like beginning of it's like originality, and then after that, then it's just going to be all Disney worlds, because you know. I mean, for one thing, it may be a crossover between Disney and Final Fantasy, but they actually put more focus on Disney. And as far as Final Fantasy goes, it's just more of the characters, like, you know, the way I see it, though. And especially in later games, where they mostly seem to do away with Final Fantasy stuff, and it's like more so Disney, but like, but also mostly originality, like especially later on. So, so yeah, the thing about the Disney worlds is that they don't seem to be very relevant, though, and you know, well, you know, for one thing, I mean, let me just put this out there, though, is that like when it comes to the Disney worlds, like in the first game at least, there's actually more emphasis on it. So like, you know, it kind of so it's kind of like well, actually, I'm gonna just stop myself there, because there's gonna be a cutscene a little later, so I better just keep quiet here.
Court is now in session.
I'm on trial? But why?
Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts, presiding.
This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is... because I say so, that's why.
That is so unfair.
Well, have you anything to say in your defense?
Of course. I've done absolutely nothing wrong. You may be queen, but I'm afraid that doesn't give you the right to be so mean.
Silence! You dare defy me?
Hey guys, we should help her out.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're outsiders, so wouldn't that be muddling?
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. And that's against the rules.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The court finds the defendant guilty as charged for the crimes of assault and attempted theft of my heart. Off with her head!
No! Oh, please! Hold it right there!
Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court?
Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is.
Uh-huh. It's the Heartless.
Anyway, she's not the one you're looking for.
That's nonsense. Have you any proof?
Okay, so just so that way we could avoid a decapitation on a little girl. So now the Queen of Hearts wants us to go and explore around Wonderland to find some evidence just to prove Alice's innocence here. First, go and talk to Alice here. By the way, folks, Alice here is voiced by Catherine Beaumont. And fun fact here, Catherine Beaumont is she's actually the original voice actress of Alice, and which means that she's voiced her since all the way back, you know, back when the movie first came out. You know, it was like that was actually back when she was a teenager voicing her, and so like it was all the way back in, I would say, the 1930s, 40s, I don't know. I forgot when it first came out though, but yeah, I was like all the way back then. She's actually still voicing her. Like, well, in this game at least in 2002, which means she's gotten much older, and so because of that, it gets a little underwhelming though. I mean. Now, of course, that's probably because, you know, she probably wouldn't be able to voice the little girl Alice anymore very much, though. Although she actually does do a much better job with other characters, which, of course, I will get to later, well, much later, because, you know, spoilers. And so here we have the Cheshire Cat. And so, basically, what he is, well, you know, he just, you know, gives us some hints, but, you know, they could either be helpful or not helpful, or, you know, he's just basically just trying to dick around with us. And now he left. See, they've already left the forest. I won't tell which exit. There are 4 pieces of evidence in all. 3 are a cinch to find. The 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find them all. Yeah, I guess we might as well just trust him. To trust or not to trust? I trust he'll decide. So yes, that's what our objective is here. Is that we have to find 4 pieces of the evidence. Oh yeah, there are also some new Heartless I never got to go over because I was busy like talking about some things. So those new red Heartless that you saw there, those are called the Red Nocturnes, and they're basically like the magic-based Heartless where they shoot at fire. You can actually either just attack them regularly, or as far as magic goes, well, for now we have fire magic. So not only does fire magic not do a goddamn thing, but they also heal the Red Nocturne, so yeah, don't use fire magic on them. Make sure Donald doesn't do it either, because he's very well known to actually do that, you goddamn little piece of... Anyway. So back to what I was saying about, like, you know, when it comes to the Disney World, so yeah, like I said, the Disney Worlds can be kind of irrelevant, because for the most part, it's basically like, you know, abridged retellings of their respective Disney movies. So, overall, though, I mean, like, after you, once you start your adventure, this is kind of where the story pauses a bit. I mean, you know, you still have your objective there, but you know, it just doesn't really go anywhere beyond that, where like, you know, you travel from Disney World to Disney World, and you deal with whatever kind of problem there is there. So it's very much like, you know, abridged retellings of the world. So because of that, it doesn't really, so as far, in terms of writing, though, it doesn't seem to do, like, as well, though. Because I would say, like, especially in the first Kingdom Hearts game, like, you know, they actually do put more focus on Disney, where, like, you know, Disney characters will still appear, like, anywhere, even on most platform situations. At least only in this game, though. So it really does feel more like a Disney game, at least in my opinion for this game. Later games, however, they kind of do away with all that, where like, I mean, you know, the Disney worlds are still there. Like, you still explore them for, like, you know, for the real meat of the game. But then after that, then once we get to the actual plot, then they kind of do away with that in favor of the more original characters. So it just basically feels like, you know, the Disney aspects are just there. Like, you know, like more so in the later games. Like, not so much in the first game, but starting with I would say Chain of Memories, but then especially more so in Kingdom Hearts 2. Then yeah, the Disney aspects are, you know, just there. So they kind of do away with those in favor of the more original characters. And, you know, that game and beyond. So it's very, very weird like that, with how more focused the Disney worlds would be. Well, at least for this game. And, you know, oh, and here's where we find a Dalmatian. So yeah, the Dalmatians will appear in these treasure chests. So so you actually find each 3 of those, and then, you know, the more you find those, then you get rewards for it. And so, yeah, in terms of writing, though, it doesn't even seem to do as well, though. Like, you know, like in terms of that, because you know, the way I see Sora as a concept, like Sora is, I would say, I always see Sora like as a way where he represents us, basically, where, you know, as a concept, Sora basically he's basically meant to, you know, what would we be like if we were in those Disney worlds, like, you know, we're in those Disney movies in particular, and so, like, what would happen if something like that happened? So that's actually usually the way I see Sora, where he's always I would say he's meant to represent stuff like that kind of aspect, where, you know, it basically being, you know, if from our perspective, like, you know, just say, you know, being some kind of link between us and well, between us and Sora. So I always see him representing that. So yeah, sorry if I keep on repeating myself there. I just sometimes I kind of run out of things to say, and I guess I kind of like to emphasize a lot. So so we have stench. Ew. Gross. Oh, it must be a heartless fart or something like that. Hey, they must have gas, right? So yeah, that's just the whole thing with the Disney worlds and all that. So I guess that's all there is to say about that. Also, I do gotta say though, I've made several recording attempts for this because I somehow got lost pretty easily in Wonderland. I mean, you know, it is Wonderland, so you are kind of expected to get lost, especially in the forest, well, in the Lotus Forest. And so yeah, this flower here, you can actually talk to it, and so it wants you to give a potion, and then we can grow bigger. And so yeah, there's some things we can do. First, we're gonna go ahead and yeah, see ya. Yes, here in Wonderland, anything can talk, even the trees and flowers. I guess that's kind of what it was like in the movie, but oh my, you don't even have that. Well, I guess I guess the trees or the leaves of there could be heads there. So see, I actually did get so lost in Wonderland because of like I literally forgot what I was supposed to do in some of the areas, and so I actually ended up taking too much time here. So anyways, I do gotta say though, I never got to talk much about the soundtrack here. So yeah, like I said, the soundtrack in Kingdom Hearts is fantastic because, you know, it's Yoko Shimomura composing the track. And one thing I do gotta say though, in the 1.5 HD remix or 2.5, like both of the HD collections, you probably remember, like, you know, in the if you play the vanilla Kingdom Hearts, like, well, because of course I actually do have copies of those games, and I play those, or at least both 1 and 2, the vanilla versions. But in this version, like I'm playing right now in the 1.5 HD remix, they actually just reorchestrated the entire soundtrack. Like, you know, you remember how in vanilla Kingdom Hearts 1, where it's just like all some MIDI kind of, or MIDI sound pots. In 1.5 HD, they actually went and took all the soundtracks and actually reorchestrated all those to where it's all, like, you know, real instruments. So it's actually so much better though, because like it actually goes to show you can take those previously bland soundtracks and just, like, you know, just make it sound better, like, you know, better instrumentation and you know, just the fact that they use real instruments. So because of that, the soundtrack is so much better. Especially with Kingdom Hearts 2, because, like, previously in Vanilla 2, I kind of thought the soundtrack was a bit bland and a little too screechy with all these MIDI sound fonts. But in a 2.5 HD remix, the oh man, the soundtrack is so much better with all these real instruments, and because of that, it actually became my favorite, or without my favorite soundtrack. But the soundtrack in this game, though, it's actually real good, like, especially with the real instruments that they use here. So yeah, they really did wonders for the overall soundtrack. So yeah, bear in mind, folks, that this world is going to have a lot of platforming involved, especially on these mushrooms here. Mushrooms can be a bit hard to try to utilize with all the platforming because like, I mean, you know, I actually do appreciate the platforming aspect for this game. Even though it's not really as covered properly. I mean, you know, it's not as bad as most examples I know of, but, you know, it's just it can be a bit finicky sometimes with having to platform with you know, just trying to make sure I got it right. Oh yeah, there's a good example. So yeah, Donald right here is in the way and won't move his ass, so I had to make this some kind of a leap of faith and just to make sure I go across it. There we go. Yes, and there's the box that we had to open, and the claw marks. That's going to be our last evidence here. And he's back. Well, look what you found. Nice going. Now we can save Alice. Don't be so sure. She may be innocent, but what about you? What do you mean? I won't tell, but I'll give you something. Oh, we gain the power of ice, and we learn the magic spell Blizzard. So Blizzard is actually this ice kind of magic, and of course I'm going to go ahead and customize that right here. I always put the fire magic on the square button and the Blizzard on the... Well, actually, once we get the thunder magic, I always put it on the X button. And once we get the cure spell, I always use it on the triangle button because, you know, I'm a lot more used to stuff like that. But now that we have the Blizzard magic, we'll now be able to have a way to beat the red Nocturnes, because they are actually weakened by ice magic. And not only do they take more damage, but they give you more attack points as well. So I'm actually glad we got it right here. Anyway, folks, so this is where I'll go ahead and end things off here. So next time on Let's Play Kingdom Hearts, we are going to bring over the evidence to the Queen of Hearts and prove that Alice is innocent. So yeah, just see on this final episode of Law and Order and Wonderland. Yeah, I don't know. I just had to say something like that, just to reference that there. So, anyways, yeah, that's what we'll be doing here. So until next time, see you guys later.